Hey, Res Church, and all who are watching, listening online. For those who don't know me, my name is Greg. I'm one of the pastors here at Resurrection Church in Camrose, Alberta. Every week we try to send out a brief update along with a short devotion. Before I share a few thoughts on a verse from John 8, I want to remind you that both Pastor Jeremy and myself are available if you need to talk or would like to arrange having communion. If you contact the office or one of us directly, we are happy to connect with you however that works best for you. And now let us turn our attention to the Gospel of John, chapter 8, verse 12, where Jesus says, "I am the light of the world. Anyone who follows me will never walk in the darkness, but will have the light of life." What a wonderful promise this is. There is nothing we need more in the world today than light on our path. Darkness, especially during the long winter months, isn't new to any of us. One of the reasons that I love spring is because of the added daylight that we get to experience each and every day. Having just celebrated Easter and the empty tomb this past weekend, I found myself thinking about the darkness of the tomb and the light that flooded in as the angel of the Lord descended and rolled back the stone, sealing the entrance. Before the stone was rolled away, the tomb would have been completely dark. And not dark like we experience in the city. I mean real darkness. The kind of darkness that your eyes never really adjust to. Now, I've only got to experience darkness like this a couple of times in my life, and it was unlike anything else I've ever experienced. The first time I experienced complete darkness was after descending into a cave high up on the side of a mountain. After making our way down into a large cavern, our leaders had everybody sit in a circle and turn out our headlamps. After sitting in the darkness for a number of minutes, I was amazed at how dark it really was. My eyes would not adjust. And to test myself, I slowly moved my finger toward my eye, thinking that at some point I would be able to pick up the movement. But I was wrong. The darkness in that cave, it enveloped everything. It was completely black, unlike anything else I've ever experienced before. Reflecting on that experience brought back memories of other times in my life where I've experienced darkness, but not the same kind of darkness that you find in a cave or in a dark room at night. Whether it was a friend who broke my trust, the death of a loved one, or the times that I've found myself feeling completely alone. Darkness is something that we all know too well. A nightlight helps illuminate a dark room at night so that you don't have to stumble around in the darkness. John reminds us that there is an even better source of light when we find ourselves in the dark. Jesus comes to us, trapped as we are in a world full of darkness, and he tells us that if we look to him, we won't have to stumble our way through life. And even better, he promises that for all who put their trust in him, his light will not only light our paths now, but it will lead us to eternity spent with him. I am the light of the world, Jesus says. Anyone who follows me will never walk in the darkness, but will have the light of life. May the light of Christ continue to shine in you and through you today and in the days to come.